fresh out of the mailbox, we got a couple of pieces that was essentially inspired by a customer. He bought a piece from Goldzenn that I thought looked absolutely beautiful, so I reached out to them and I was like, yo, I want to see some of these products firsthand. Are you down? They gratefully obliged, and I got the pieces here. I'm gonna unbox them together. But before I get into that, I want to start off by humbling saying I appreciate and love each and every one of you supporters, haters alike. Over the past 4 or 5 years on this channel, pretty much expanding on a genre that didn't really exist on the YouTube platform. You guys have been with me, some from the very beginning, some at the latter end of the journey, and currently helped me get to this second point this year. This is my second YouTube 100K plaque, and it's courtesy of you guys, and I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. And before I continued on the video, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. I'm gonna keep striving for more numbers, more channels. I'm building an entire media network, so hopefully the walls will be filled with play buttons, but I had to come on and say thank you guys, thank you the supporters, thank you the haters, thank you the ones who comment, thank you the ones who support small business, so on and so forth. You guys are the absolute best, and I had to really express that to you guys at this point. But let's roll my fucking music so we can check out some pieces from Goldzenn and see if they're pulling some beautiful quality made in the USA.
I'm kind of a big deal.
My beautiful peoples, you know who it is. It's your boy C to the U to the B to the A. Shout out to Goldzenn for sponsoring today's video and sending these pieces as requested. So he sent over 4 different pieces. One is Moissanite and actual gold, and the other is actual gold and CVD, as lab diamond is the craze. Lab diamond is what I'm currently on, and I think it's gonna be a super fun video because it'll help you get a visual comparison to see what option is best suited for you based on your budget. Now, gold prices right now are the highest they have ever been. Oh my god, it's insane. So I'm happy for those who were able to purchase some gold pieces back when I was talking about it, and you got a piece that's appreciated in value at this point. You're welcome. But some people just ain't on the Cuban tip. They don't want to do the Cuban links. They see everybody with Cuban links. They want to go a different route, and the tennis chain's popularity has been going absolutely crazy. So I got a couple of appraisal forms here showcasing what each and every one of these pieces is, and I'll show you this new Goldzenn presentation as it comes in. This is one of the Goldzenn boxes. Got a little finger smudge there, but very beautiful presentation, and it has a little logo in the front. Earned, not given. Now, this particular piece, according to its Goldzenn jewelry appraisal, is a 14 karat gold Moissanite tennis chain, 16.3 carats, 3mm, 18 inches, 21.5 grams, appraised at $2,744 with the Goldzenn stamp and approval for your guys' insurance. So let's open up this puppy and see what it looks like. So here we're gonna unbox the 3mm, 18-inch, 14 karat gold Moissanite at 16.3 carats. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful protective inlay for sure. I'm not gonna tug on this hard. I don't own this shit. Here's a protective box, nice felt opening, so it's gonna be all Gucci. And here is what the tennis chain currently looks like. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. The Moissanites are hitting crazy. So what happens is when you showcase Moissanites that hit very nicely with these cameras and studio lighting, you're gonna get either this blurry look, unless you get a decent amount of distance away, but if you get close, you're automatically gonna get that light flash and bling factor that people are looking with, unless you got a macro lens. This looks absolutely beautiful. It is a well-made tennis chain, at least in my opinion, as it has some stiffness and rigidity, allowing it to lay flat on the chest and not have a ton of movement. So in my possession, I've had numerous amount of tennis chains, and I can kind of feel some of these structures and how some of them have been a little bit better than others. And this one has some absolute nice quality. The Moissanites are hitting actually beautiful. These are really nice Moissanite goods and very shiny. Most people don't rock with the yellow gold when it comes to these tennis chains. I definitely do. I like the contrasting color. I like having a little yellow and white. It is stamped 14K in the back. But look at the cleanliness and the icy look of these Moissanites. Absolutely stellar. Beautiful. I'm still a fan of Moissanite. I still appreciate Moissanite pieces for what they are. I don't like redundancy in the Moissanite pieces lately, as they've just been thrown out, as they've been put on anything, and there's some quality deficiencies in some of the Moissanites that I've been seeing due to mass production, but these are definitely not falling into that space because honestly the camera's not doing it justice. it's hitting absolutely insanely. But even looking at this 3mm, I want to see what the lab looks like next to this. So let's look at its CVD counterpart now. The appraisal on this one says 14 karat gold, CVD lab grown, not HPHT. 16.3 carats as well, 3mm, 18 inch, 21.5 grams, estimated retail $8,824. Now let's look at these two side by side and see if you find any visual differences. So here's the presentation for the CVD one, and here is the CVD one in white gold. White gold is usually the more requested option as far as color tone is concerned for these pieces, as the white of the stone as well as the metal gives it a nice synergy and kind of unified look. Perfect as well. It looks like pretty much the same type of setting, same figure 8 clasp on one side, not two-sided, and these CVDs are fucking perfect, actually. I'm gonna see if I can get some sort of macro shot with these so we can get an up-close look. But doing a side-by-side comparison between this CVD one and the Moissanite one, see if you guys can spot any visual differences between them. Let me know, with these two chains, do you spot any visual differences between the CVDs and the Moissanite? Now this is straight up from the naked eye, not using a Sherlock machine or anything along those lines to differentiate both of these. Just the naked eye. Are you able to see any sort of difference? If I zoom in even more, I don't visually see anything different, but let's try another method. Now for the nerdy dudes who follow my channel, here is both of them, the CVD and Moissanite, under the microscope, and you can see a visual difference in the yellow gold Moissanite, as it has more of a kaleidoscope type situation going on. That's what gives it that super sparkly vibe, as the CVD one has more of an icy look. So one is more kaleidoscopish and the other one is more icy look. And this is coming from the perspective of a consumer. I am not a jeweler nor a jewelry expert, just a person who can spot some visual differences in these two stones under microscope because they're both very small stones. But if they were larger stones, there are some visual cues, as you can see, that anyone who knows stones would be able to pinpoint. The bottom one has more of a kaleidoscope type look, and then the top one has more of an icy look. Now, even though they have drastically different price points, aesthetically, from afar, it's gonna be real difficult for you to tell the difference between them, honestly. It's more like if you know, you know, and if you know, you're definitely in the jewelry space or an OD jewelry enthusiast, but they're both equally beautiful. And let's try these joints on next. Starting off with the yellow gold joint. Let me see how the lock is working. Figure 8 was tight, tongue felt good. Very satisfactory snap. I don't know if you guys heard that, but this is what 18 inches would look like, as most of these tennis chains, people like this kind of choker style look. So we got the yellow gold 14 karat joint. So we got Moissanite and CVD on neck. Let me know which one pops out a little bit more to you when I showcase the neck profile. Realistically speaking, that's how you're gonna be up in the spot with these two type of pieces that'll really stand out no matter what. Under the dark lighting, you're still gonna get a super shiny effect, maybe more from the Moissanite because of his refractive. But if we kill some of the lights, this is the kind of shine factor that you're getting just with these background lights showing. This is what people are gonna be seeing in the club with this kind of darkness. Still get the shine factor from each one of them. For me, it's really hard to choose. Again, I'm kind of CVD bandwagon right now, but I own Moissanite tennis chains and I know the satisfaction that those joints give at the price point that they give. Let's look at the other ones. Now the next one is a 4mm 14 karat gold with Moissanite 28 carats, appraised 31.4 grams, appraised at 37.57. Let's take a look. Woo! Big boy city. I mean, there is a drastic jump from 3mm to 4mm when it comes to these tennis chains. This, oof, the weight, the look, and in yellow gold, which is right up my alley, that shit looks hard as fuck. 4mm? Bro, 4mm hits diferente. This feels substantial, it feels nice in the hand, super icy. The Moissanites here look absolutely nuts, and I don't know if you can tell with the camera, but you can kind of see a little bit of that kaleidoscope kind of shine. I love it in yellow gold. Oh my god, these are fucking beautiful. Damn, 4mm hits absolutely different. But if 4mm is just too big, I'll give you a perspective between this and a 2mm CVD lab grown in 14K, 7.5 carats and 16.6 grams, appraised at $5,700. And this is what this little gem looks like. Now the ones I have are 2.8mm. They kind of look like this, slightly bigger. And I'll be honest with you, even though it is small, they still hit absolutely crazy. Beautiful look, beautiful shine. Next to the 4mm, they look like shit because everybody wants the big boy stones. And these are potentially around that same kind of price point because the Moissanites obviously are gonna be a lot cheaper than the CVD lab stones. But even from a distance, you can tell that these joints hit nicely. Let's see what happens if we kill all the lighting. This is realistically, I mean, there's no direct lighting on these at all. If I move out of the way, the background lighting is gonna hit them a little bit different, but they're both beautiful pieces. As far as craftsmanship and quality, what I'm seeing here is that the mounting is a very, very well done mounting, beautifully casted. The big Moissanites look excellent, very shiny. They look like good quality goods. They give the shine factor that people are looking for when they're getting these tennis chains. And 4mm is definitely a substantial piece that'll give you a great neck presence. 2mm is a little small, but you judge for yourself. Now let's jump into some neck profile with the big boy CVD. Now this 4mm does have a double figure 8 as opposed to the other ones having a single, maybe because of the size. Not 100% sure. Again, I'm not a jeweler. Just giving you my perspective. This just feels like big boy shit. Like I feel like I would trade both of mine to get just one big boy piece like this because this shit it hits crazy. Let's do a triple neck profile and then I'll take it off to do a comparison between the 4mm, 3mm, and 2mm. But first, so here's the 4mm 14 karat gold with Moissanite by itself. I mean, this alone, I think I could pull this off alone, no double stack. And if you double stack, it's gonna look crazy. But let me show you what all three sizes look like on neck. So we're starting with the 4mm, then we're gonna go back down to the 3mm, and now we're gonna do the 2mm. So here are the three sizes, 2mm, 3mm, and 4mm, to give you a size comparison on the neck profile. So one of the things I'm noticing right off a rip as far as quality and construction is concerned, the Moissanites have a beautiful shine on it. They look of good quality goods. The CVDs are also very icy, very white, very clean, very shiny, and the mounting themselves feel a little bit even better than the mountings that I personally have. These have more rigidity, a little bit more solid structure to keep it laying flat on the chest and not have that flip motion that some of these tennis chains have depending on their mounting. I think that you can get a bang for your buck in both of these joints. They're obviously both cheaper than natural diamonds. As far as value retention is concerned, the CVDs will get you a little bit more return on your money than the Moissanites will, as the Moissanites are just for aesthetic purposes. Both of these joints are just for fashion aesthetics, right? It's only worth what somebody's willing to pay for them at the end of the day, minus the actual gold pricing, which is fucking nuts. But I think Goldzenn is actually a great option rather than you going overseas and purchasing CVDs or Moissanites. You have a place in the USA that gives you an appraisal for your insurance carrier, actual gold. That appraisal serves as a certificate of authenticity, and then you have the service in the United States that you can communicate with if you have any particular issues with these pieces. I'll put any links in the description. Shout out to Goldzenn for sponsoring today's video and showcasing these pieces. I can understand why one of my other subscribers was super happy with this purchase and what intrigued me about seeing these joints in person. And now I want to trade in both of my fucking small 2.8s for like a nice 5mm. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Which option would you go in? Would you go in the CVD and 14 karat gold version, or would you go the Moissanite and 14 karat gold version? Leave it in the comments below. And are you rocking with the tennis chains, or you want to just stay with your traditional Cubans? I'm curious. I'll see y'all snitches next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Smooches.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga gay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.